Hey guys, welcome to the Thinking Crypto YouTube channel. My name is Tony. I hope you're doing well. On this channel, we cover the news, facts, and sentiments that are happening in this new asset class that is crypto. Let's take a look at the market here. Bitcoin currently sitting at $11,561. We have a slight pullback from a 24-hour perspective. Ethereum at $226, XRP at 31 cents. So it is going to be a roller coaster ride to the higher prices. So along the way, you're going to have small corrections. I think many of you, if you've been in the market for long enough, you recognize this. So it looks like Bitcoin's bouncing off a support level of like 11,450 or so. So let's see where things progress. I certainly think we're on the trajectory of towards $15,000 given the current macroeconomic climate, right? What's happening with trade wars and currencies between China and the US. So, and there's also a lot of big players launching who are looking to offer physically settled Bitcoin futures, and a lot of hedge funds, a lot of investment firms, and you have the Bitcoin halving coming up next year. Now, in this new asset class, a lot of money is being invested, a lot of acquisitions, mergers, partnerships, funding. So Blockfi raises over $18 million in a round led by who? PayPal co-founders VC firm. So VC stands for venture capital. Now, you guys may remember I interviewed the co-founder of Blockfi. Now, Blockfi is the lending platform. You can essentially put your crypto in some sort of account and earn interest, of course. So really great service. So be sure to check it out. I'll put a link to the interview in the description of the video so you guys can learn more about it. And it's a really great service. So definitely check it out. So American cryptocurrency lender Blockfi has secured $18.3 million in funding led by Valar Ventures. The Series A funding round saw participation from a number of crypto-focused investors, including Winklevoss Capital, the Winklevoss twins, and Galaxy Digital, Mike Novogratz. And other investors included Consensus Ventures, Acuna Capital, Avon Ventures, CMT Digital, Morgan Creek, which is Anthony Pompliano and Mark Yusko. Valor is founded by PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel. So Peter Thiel is a big crypto bull. He's invested in Bitcoin. Remember, he was the first to invest in Facebook. And of course, that worked out very well for him. And obviously, co-founder of PayPal. So this guy's no joke. He's a big mover. So it's great to see where these people are putting their money. And Blockfi is definitely a great platform. So like I said, check out the interview and the link will be in the description. Now, another crypto derivatives platform, FTX, secures $8 million in seed funding rounds. So guys, even though, sometimes we worry about the prices on the market and what's happening, the big money, the smart money is investing anyway. They're not concerned about what's happening right now, the price right now. They know they're going to be patient and watch the prices go up, just like you saw with .com stocks. So major investors include blockchain-focused venture capital fund Proof of Capital and blockchain firm Consensus Lab. So continued investments here, guys, and this is a good sign, right? Once again, you can't just look at prices. You got to look at the market holistically. Now, guys, this is some big news, and talk about crypto adoption and the movement of crypto. The city of Seoul I pronounced that wrong, will create a cryptocurrency for citizen rewards. Guys, see where we're headed? Everything's going to be tokenized. Crypto is going to be a big part of things. There's going to be a lot of cryptos, but there's going to be interoperability between them. So the Seoul metropolitan government will establish its first blockchain-based administrative services in November, according to a report in the Korean language Blocking Press. At a conference held last month and attended by city officials and representatives of the private sector, specifics of the rollout were discussed with timelines and goals established. The meeting seemed to revive an initiative, that had lost some momentum since being announced last year. 3 priorities set for the completion by November deadline. The city's blockchain point system will be introduced to the residents of Seoul and will receive S coins for the use of public services. Very interesting. Incentivizing people to use services by giving them crypto, and that crypto would of course have a value. So I'm not going to go through everything here because I want to give you guys the facts and the short, brief overview. Obviously, many of these articles, you can go deep dive into them and read through them. I personally do that. But to save time and because we have so much news to cover, I want to make sure that I get to the other items. The UK's tax authority requests user data from crypto exchanges. So, I shared these type of news because it shows the government participation and the dialogue and the research and, these rules and regulations that are being put into place. And they're regulating it, but they're not killing it. And I want to keep reinforcing that because there's still sometimes FUD, people saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to zero, it's all going to go to zero. Sometimes you see these traditional finance guys, come on, it's all crap, it's all this, it's all that, right? But the governments are on board and the big money is getting involved. So the United Kingdom's Tax Payments and Customs Authority, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, has reportedly requested that digital currency exchanges provide it with information about customers' names and transactions aiming to identify cases of tax evasion. So AML and all the other items, guys, the obviously AML, anti-money laundering, and the other checks are going to be put into place. It's something we can't avoid, especially with the big money getting in. They're going to require it. And with a new asset class, that's what's going to happen. More people are going to come in. It's going to become more mainstream. So expect to start seeing this. But it's great to see the dialogue and the things that are being set up, guys. Now, some Ethereum news. The Enterprise Ethereum Alliance launches the EEA Mainnet initiative. So I personally hold Ethereum in my portfolio. The the EEA is setting up a technical group working on collaboration between the Mainnet and enterprises. The working group, called EEA Mainnet Initiative, intends to accelerate the lead cooperation between the EEA's enterprise and startup members, as well as those who work on the mainnet's technology and interoperability solutions. So once again, I'm not going to go through everything, guys, but some moves being made here. The Mainnet initiative will seek to improve its knowledge about how public network components match the commercial market requirements needed to boost the adoption of Ethereum. So they're moving ahead, trying to push adoption of Ethereum. I'm very bullish on Ethereum. It's my number 3 in my portfolio. Once again, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and others. But I'm certainly bullish on Ethereum. It is the most trusted smart contract platform, and there's a lot of building and things that are happening. So great news here. We got some VeChain news here, guys. I hold VeChain in my portfolio, not too much, but they are making a lot of progress. And you guys may have seen my interview with the head of VeChain, if I'm not mistaken, the GM in North America. Yes, here, Jason Rockwood. So be sure to check that out too if you haven't seen that interview. So here, the VeChain powered wine traceability platform now oversees more than 20 wines in Shanghai's pilot free trade zone. Launched in 2018, the Shanghai Wine and Liquor Blockchain Alliance has sought to improve the logistics and quality standards for the growing industry as middle-class Chinese consumers develop a taste for the supple intoxicant. Such a weird verbiage used here. However, as consumption grows, so does counterfeiting. In a 5-month stint, Chinese authorities reportedly seized nearly 65,000 counterfeit Penfolds bottles worth upwards of $4 million. So, solving a real-world problem here. And that's why I personally invested in VeChain, because they're getting adoption in the real world. Not just a white paper, not just a concept, but who's adopting it, who's partnering with them, who's using their technology. And this is great to see, guys, and I believe the token will benefit from that. Finally, smart move by Facebook here. On this channel, we talk about, the way politics works here in the United States and sometimes in other parts of the world, where politicians are lobbied and money is a big part of in getting things done, right? And that's why we saw these coalition groups formed by Ripple, Coinbase, and Circle, and many other crypto companies. And they've been lobbying and pushing for a lot of advocacy in Washington, D.C. So Facebook hires former aide to the U.S. Senate, Mike Crapo, to lobby for the Libra. So in order to get the politicians on your side, you got to lobby them. And if you can get one of these folks joining you, and of course you lobby them by also giving them money, campaign donations, things could change. And, I don't personally care for Facebook's Libra, but as we talked about, it is a big driver in the adoption, knowledge, and just pushing forward the movement of the market. It is not entirely the main catalyst for that, but it's a part of it, right? Because Facebook's huge. As soon as Facebook started doing this, the president was tweeting about Bitcoin. It all of a sudden catapulted crypto to another level, right? So they hired Mike Crapo Facebook hired former assistant of the United States Republican Senator Mike Crapo, Susan Stoner Zook, to join the lobbying team for its Libra stablecoin. So let's see what this lobbying does for them, because it might get some crypto bills passed, like the Token Taxonomy Act. Once again, money talks, guys. This is how it works here. And every company pretty much has to, do some lobbying for it, maybe things they want done in their industry. So this is certainly interesting news and further catapulting crypto ahead, guys. And I hope you see how early we are, and you have the patience to go through the cycles, even though as annoying as they are, we all want to make money, but the higher prices are on their way. And I've said it many times before, the people who made money in the run up for Bitcoin's $20,000, right, when it hit near 20,000 in 2017, many were holding for years, who bought Bitcoin in the hundreds, maybe in their low 1,000s and 2,000, 3,000s, and they made good money, but they had to wait, right? They didn't know the price was going to go like that, but we've seen it. We've seen the potential. If we zoom out on the chart, we've seen the incremental growth year over year. So it's patience. Sometimes these things can take a few years, and we got to keep that in mind. So guys, what do you think about the news? A lot of great things happening. It is the birth of the new asset class, and it's certainly growing, and it's going to mature, and the big players are getting in. Governments are on board. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please share my channel with your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. We talk about the facts, the news, sentiments here. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, and I'll talk to you guys later.